YouTube, what's up with y'all? We back with another video. So the topic I want to get into today is the power of mental strength. So I got a story time for y'all. I was in the cafeteria a couple days back, and pretty much I was minding my business, eating my food, watching a YouTube video, and this guy from across from me thought that I was laughing at him over what he was talking about on the phone. And I let him know, like, hey man, like I'm just watching my video. I'm not worried about you. I'm just minding my business. So from there, I went out to eat the other day, and I bumped into him again, and he was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, hey, I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I gave him a fist bump. I went back down, sat down where I was eating at, and then when I would go back to go get some more food, come back, he asks me for a ride home, uh, ride back to campus because we both go to the same college, and I said, "No problem, I got you." So first thing I'm thinking in my head is like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though like me and him was about to get into it. We was about to squabble. Like it was like we was about to throw hands, right? But you know, it's always important to have mental strength and know what's going on. Obviously, I wasn't the one laughing at him or even paying him any attention, but he took it as a way whereas though he thought I was. So pretty much me having the mental strength and the just to be able to move calm, collected, and not be so sensitive to being told something or act something. Like I know another person, if they would have approached him and like if they would approach them and said what he said, they would have probably crashed out. They're like, "Yo, who you talking to? Like, what's up? Like, you ready to fight and throw hands?" Like that's how another person would have came off about it. But I came off whereas though like you got it all messed up, man. Like you're totally getting the wrong idea. I'm just minding my business, and I didn't go back to argue or go back and forth with somebody that I don't even know. But something you notice is that the same people who might come off a certain way or just come off with this kind of energy, whereas though they're ready to crash out and lash out on you, you got to pay attention because those are the same people that might just be going through something. Those are the same people that might be going through a situation whereas though they just don't have the mental strength to get through it. So they find a way to get out of that by crashing out, by letting themselves get angry to a point where as though they do something they regret. And pretty much on the ride home, me and him was talking, and he was just saying how that was just a misunderstanding, man. Like I just was having a bad day. Uh, he got into an altercation with some other people, and that's all it was. But if I would have came off with the energy of, okay, so that's how you feel, what you trying to do, da 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 da, going back and forth, man, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? I would have never known. But having that talk with him, understanding where he's coming from, I know why he was like that. But it's always important to have mental strength and know when to fight your battles. Now, when it comes to people looking at you a certain type of way, that's normal. That's totally normal, especially if you're a person that's very handsome, confident, very good looking, you're somebody who catches other people's attention. That's gonna happen all the time. People looking at you, staring at you, and you just got to get used to it. Can't take it personal. And also, when it comes to people talking about you, that's gonna happen as well. But you need to have you had to have the mental strength to say, okay, well, they're not gonna get a reaction out of me. And that's what it's mostly about. People just want to get a reaction out of you. Most people just want to be able to see you crash out. And you can't let that happen. You need to be able to look at the stupidity from other people and be like, okay, you know what? You're not even worth my time or energy. Take it to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're a person who is a hard worker and you are always on your purpose, you're grinding every single day, you got to understand like you can't just be doing anything that's going to put you in a bad position because you can lose it all. You know, it can take one bad move, one bad situation that will turn into a whole nother predicament, and you just don't want that for yourself. And remember, you always have something to lose. People that are always trying to poke their chest out and prove a point, those are the ones who have nothing to lose. Those are the people who aren't scared to give it all up right now. And stay away from those kind of people. Some people are attracted to crash outs or attracted to people who are ready to give it up and prove how hard they is, but people like that really don't last long. And just be careful of your circle and who you choose to have around you because, you know, even though you might not be the same person as somebody that's around you, you might not reciprocate that same energy that they have, but even they moving a certain type of way and them putting out this certain kind of energy, it can probably come back and affect you. So let's say you're at a party with this friend of yours who doesn't know their tolerance, they're always drinking a lot, and when they get drunk, they like to argue, they like to fight, they like to do things out of the ordinary and cause problems. He's putting you in harm's way. She's putting you in harm's way. So you got to be very careful of who you surround yourself with and how to handle things. Now, a person like that does not care. A person that knows when they get drunk or high, they act a certain kind of way that's not good and they continue to do it. That's a person that does not care. And I actually had a roommate that was just like that. Always drinking, always wanting to party and get high, and there was a lot of times where I had to back him out. He was causing fights with people, cursing people out, just acting all kinds of crazy. And thinking back, I was like, it's a good thing nothing happened to me. It's a good thing that I wasn't affected. I wasn't in harm's way of anything happening to me. And I was able to walk away from the situation with nothing happening to me. But that's not everybody's situation, though. There's some people who are good people who are no longer here because they had that one bad person that meant them no good around them, and they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. They were drinking, they were on drugs, doing whatever they were doing, poking their chest out, trying to prove a point, and something happened to them, and they weren't even the ones who started it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an attractive, you're a confident, high value person. You understand you're the main target. So even if you're not the one who started it, you're gonna be the first one that they're gonna try to do something to, even if you're not the one who started it. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be very careful of who you give your time and energy to, who you let around your circle. You need to be very careful because you just don't know what someone's capable of and what where their head is really at. You never know. And something I was talking to somebody else about the other day is that you always got to use the discernment. Always try to trust your gut feeling. Always try to trust your instincts on whether a person is good or bad for you. You know what I'm saying? If something in your mind tells you like, hey, like I don't trust this, something don't feel right about this, trust it. Do not keep going after it. Do not just keep going along with what you think isn't right. And it's come to the point where as though it's not always easy to just read people off the bat and tell who they are. But I would say this after a first conversation, after talking to somebody for the first couple of minutes, you can get an idea of who they are. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be always on point of trying to figure out where somebody's headspace might be at, where their mind might be at, and just understand people and the way they operate. I was just talking about somebody about this the last night. People are going to be people. You just need to know how to be on your P's and Q's and just know how to handle situations and not always let your emotions get the best of you, let people get the best of you. Always have mental strength and take care of yourself. With that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Get back with y'all another time.